So a real important thing for people to remember, particularly people on the political right, a lot of Republicans, and that's not conservatives per se, these are Republicans, they want to use the infrastructure that exists and say, as long as we control it, we're going to win. And that's really a problem. You're fighting, you're trying to hold on to fire. I think if people understand that the federal government is the worst solution to every single problem, even when it is the only solution, it needs to constantly be vigorously maintained, checked, and you have to keep a lot of accountability on it. Not retribution, but accountability in order to keep it in check. Otherwise, it will run afoul. And somebody's always going to come over and take over the reins of government later. So you should be building things that are built against abuses. Because just because you can control it today doesn't mean you will tomorrow. And so that means that people have to be constitutional. It also means another thing that's a little bit more difficult. They actually have to go out there and be responsible for their own safety. No one's going to come and save you. No one's going to solve your problems. If you guys want to do the single biggest thing that most people can do for themselves, folks, go out and take a Stop the Bleed course. Go out and take a emergency trauma first responder course. Learn how to stop bleeding. You're probably not going to be able to stop a terrorist attack, but you might be able to save someone's life in it. During the Pulse nightclub shooting, 49 people died. 7 of them died from positional asphyxia. They basically just had their airway collapse. They got really small and they died as they went into shock. If they were pulled off the wall, they would have lived. That's how little it took. So go learn how to do a March assessment, learn how to do a rapid trauma assessment and a rapid trauma interventions. You can do this for about $40 worth of equipment. You can have an NPA, you can have a CAT tourniquet, you can have a couple of bandages, you can have one little idea to do a pressure dressing. You can learn how to do this stuff yourself so nobody has to be completely incapacitated with fear. And then go out and do ride-alongs because it's really important. If you're not responding to your own emergencies, if you don't have your own self-response, then you are going to be reliant on the government. So you can make yourself ungovernable by actually taking that back. A lot of people don't want to do it. It takes work. So be proactive in that. Don't wait for the FBI or the local police to come save you. And I also recommend people learn how to use a firearm safely, go out there and get training, spend time, know your lane. Some people are not going to be the right person for that.